Namaste. Hi, Chatty Chickle. Namaste, everybody. How's everybody doing? I have some Palo Santo burning. I have some coffee here. Got some selenite right here. Okay. Hold on a second, guys. 1 second. Be right back. Be right back. You said it was done? It's okay, babe. I'll probably, I put the filter on. I went on right away. Very easy. You guys still here? Anybody here? Sorry. 13 people were here and 0 thumbs up. Can I get a thumbs up from anybody in the house? Now it's 0 people again? Okay. All right, guys, sorry about that. I had my pool. I'm trying to get my pool working, and I had to go turn the water off and the filter on. So, all right. Why am I here? Sorry, I look like a hot wreck. I didn't even put my earrings on. But I just wanted to come in and a couple of things that I want to do and say. I have a collective read I'm going to be doing. I also have an emergency Virgo read, and I wasn't sure if I was going to do it on live or not. Maybe I'll do it on live. All right. Maybe I'll do everything on live. Okay. So, what I was going to say is, you know how I do the cases? I'm doing Jack Sullivan and Lily Sullivan. Jack is 4 years old. Lily is 6 years old, missing in Nova Scotia, right? Canada. All right. So, when I look into cases for missing children or missing people, I have to write their names down a lot to tap in. So I write them down at least 3 times, and then I get what I get. Okay, so in case you know what I'm talking about, or if you don't know what I'm talking about, I've done several videos on both TikTok and YouTube. This is YouTube, right? Yes. Hi, Zen Zebras. I've done several readings, so you can go back and watch them. Some of them are just 10 minutes, so, in case you have to catch a plane or, and then I did a short video. it was on TikTok, and the person said, I don't know who they are, I've never seen them before, but probably young person, because, well, who knows how old they were, but they were like, get to the point already. Let me tell you something. I have been told my whole life to get to the point, and I'll listen to my mother and father, and a little bit my husband, but nobody tells me to get to the point on my video. I will talk as long as I want, with as many adjectives. I have ADD, and when I'm trying to get a point across, it takes me however long it takes me. If you do not have the patience to watch, you could scroll on by to the million other people. Okay? I am not monetized. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to get out my message and whatever I want to do, whatever my channel is about, or subject matter. And I care very much about my Mystic Brady bunch, and the people who follow me. But for somebody to tell me, hurry it up, get to the point, no, I won't get to the point. Okay. Have you met me? All right. Anyhow, I am creative. I'm empathetic. I'm a light worker. I'm a psychic. I'm a lefty, and I have ADD. And so I cannot get to the point. I mean, I've been telling teachers that, and, anybody who's listened to a story of mine, and I'm very creative as well. So, details mean everything to me. So if I can't speak my mind and put the details in, then, you might as well put a piece of tape over my mouth. Okay. But, just in short, if you don't like a lot of details and you want somebody to just get to the point, then I'm not the person for you to watch. Okay. And don't be rude, because you will be knocked out. Okay. Period. Drop the mic. Drop the purple lighter. Pump. Okay. So now that that was said, and also the message I got from Lily and Jack, but I think it was mostly Lily, is the great aunt. She says, the great aunt, this is the missing child. I do get messages. The great aunt is correct. That's what she said. Lily Sullivan, 6-year-old missing girl, and her brother, 4-year-old Jack Sullivan. But Jack didn't say it. The little girl said it, because it was the little girl's voice. She said, believe the great aunt, Katrina. Tell them to believe the great aunt. The great aunt said, she said a lot of things, but she said she feels that the kids were driven out of that area and put in a different area. And I'm not familiar with that area, so I wasn't sure. Is Lake Huron over there? I'm not even gonna say, but you can go back to any videos about it. And the great aunt said something. So in other words, she's the mother's aunt, and she would be Lily and Jack's great aunt. Okay. So the grandmother's sister. And what she said was, as she thinks the kids were taken off that property because the dogs did not get a hit on that property or anywhere near the property. So they could have been alive and put into a car and taken somewhere, or they could have been deceased and put into a car and taken away. Okay. And then things cleaned up. All right. So, and this is all for entertainment reasons. I could be wrong. I am a reader. I am a psychic, but I could be wrong as well. So take it for what, those of you who are listening to the case very carefully, it might help. Thursday night, May 1st into May 2nd. So somebody, now there's a statement saying that somebody did see the kids. I didn't think anybody saw the kids. Unless it was April 27th, I believe, the bus driver. But now there's news that somebody else saw the kids May 1st. But I feel like something Thursday night happened into Friday. And it was done a couple of days before. Okay, I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but when I hear something from spirit and I feel the kids are in the spirit world, I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Okay. Whereas Dylan, the other case I'm working on is Dylan Ehler, also from Nova Scotia, Truro, Nova Scotia, missing since April 2020. Okay, many years. I can't get a hit on him in spirit world. Okay. So if you're interested in his case, I tried to reach out to the father. I didn't get any answer. Okay. I said, of course I would do a free reading because that's what I do. I don't take money from any missing cases. I barely get any money for regular cases that I read. Okay. Anyhow, Dylan, police started the search 6 hours later, but then the police said that they came right away. So why is somebody saying 6 hours later, somebody saying 3 hours later, somebody saying right away? Or was the police not called right away? I don't know. I believe the grandmother. I do believe the grandmother. I believe that what she's leaving out is that he went out. He went out before her. Maybe she said, okay, wait for me in the yard. Don't go anywhere. Just wait in the yard. And he's a runner. I do not believe that Dylan went into the water. They would have found something in the water. And those weren't his boots. Why aren't they making a big deal about that? They found out years later those were not his boots. Somebody could have went to the store, got boots that they knew was similar, and threw them one here, one there. Why would they do that? Because some people are sick. I mean, the parents got so much hate, and I don't think they deserved it at all. Yeah, so I'm still trying to tap into him. So what you do is when you're trying to tap into somebody who's alive, you try to just do remote viewing. And then also talk to my spirit guides and talk to the spirit guides of the child. But I'm still not getting, like, I'm seeing his face and his cheeks so full, like high cheekbones. And I'm trying to get a feel about it. I'm trying to tap in. Like, I think he was in 2 different places and definitely traveled by vehicle. And there was a change of clothes in the car. Did somebody lose a child and then like want to replace their child? Because that's what I feel. I don't feel like, and like all these people that tried to contact him, the father, and say, we have your son, but you got to give us Bitcoin, you got to give us $1,000 or we're going to beat him up even more. And they did all these weird things with pictures. That was all fake. That's what my spirit guide said. Okay. Anyhow. Okay, so that's not all I wanted to talk to you guys, because some of you don't even know what I'm talking about. I should start an ASMR channel. Oh, thank you. That's a compliment. Thank you. I sometimes I watch those channels. So the other thing is that I wanted to talk to you guys about is, you know that, see around my room, I sell healing artwork. This is all my artwork, right? And see how there's numbers? Let's see. Oh, sorry. Sorry. this. I'm having technical difficulties. You don't need to see me. That's a new one back there. Okay. I don't know how to get it so that it's, there it is. Okay. See all this artwork? And then I have a whole bunch in my studio, like on the table, on the couch, you know, drying on the, under the fan, that I'm still working on. So what I decided to do is, because not a lot of people were buying it, and that's what I want to really build my business, you know. So I am going away to New York soon, so I won't be able to do it for a little while. But if anybody's interested in buying 2 pieces of healing art, and if you buy this piece and this piece, right, 2 pieces, and you get a folder that talks about everything to do with the healing artwork, what it means, for example, what the colors mean, what the chakras you're tapping into. I don't just have green. I have all the colors. I have peach, I have orange, I have pink, I have, based on the chakras. Okay, anyhow, if you want to buy 2 pieces of healing artwork, right, you will get a 20-minute reading video. I will do a psychic video if you want, for free. So the reading is free, right? If you don't want the video to be on my regular channel, I could give it to you privately, okay? Or some people like a 15-minute talk text video, and where I can answer your questions. We text back and forth. I could show you pictures of the cards that I get and try to answer your questions for about 15 minutes. Why do I do it like that? Because I hate the phone. I do. I hate to be on the phone. It gives me migraines. But I do offer, like my regular readings, some people want a phone call, and that is $75 for 1 hour. And I will get a headache from it, okay? I will get a headache that goes into a migraine, even though I protect myself, and it's just that it's using a part of my brain that just stimulates the headache, and I get the migraines. But that's why I like doing videos, because I never get the headache from that. Although when I did the Dylan case and the Lily case, Jack and Lily, Dylan, I get a headache from that, because I don't want children to be in pain. Okay, anyhow, now I'm really sweating, so let me get my fan. I know it's usually spirits coming in. What in the heck? What in the heck? Okay, yeah. My whole body just is all full of sweat. You might say, oh, ma'am, grandma, you're having a hot flash. No, I'm too old for that. It's when spirits wants to tell me something. And I am open and receptive to receiving spirit. That's why I have like a whole reading ready to go. Since I woke up, I didn't even have breakfast or coffee. Went right over to the table and started picking out cards and crystals, and then I also have an emergency Virgo read for the Virgos out there. But I think I'm going to do that separately on my YouTube channel. Hi, Rain Cloud. I'm having like a hot flash, meaning spirits coming in. But I was just talking about my new deal I have. If you buy any 2 healing artworks, you get if you want, you get a free 20-minute video. And of course, I need to know your birthday and your name and your questions. And I give you a 20-minute reading for free. Okay? Or a video chat, not a physical chat of like texting. I do the cards as I text back and forth with your answers to your questions for 15 minutes. Okay? So any 2 healing art. And how do you do it? When people buy my healing art, they have to either buy it through PayPal, or if you don't know how to do that, I have a P.O. box. Okay? And so how old am I? I'm 61. I'm old. Okay? But I feel, sometimes I feel 21. So let me know in the comments if you're interested in that. And a lot of you might say, well, I don't know what artwork you have. I will go back to doing like art gallery times. I show my artwork almost every day with a song in the background, but that hasn't been working. So maybe I'll just like go through the walls and go through like some of the stuff, how I used to do it. It was called art gallery time. Hi, Lotus Blossom, Lotus Bloom. Something has been pulling or tugging at me lately. I don't understand, but I've been led here by someone or something, trying to understand. Not the algorithm either. Something has been tugging at you, or like metaphysically speaking, or just like something's bothering you. You need an answer to a question that's been bugging you. It's probably your spirit guides, because your spirit guides are there for you. They're there for me. Sometimes I have a big question mark in my head and I don't know why. Well, I know why I'm down, but because I just lost my sister. But you know, sometimes you don't know why you're feeling blue, and you have to say, you know, spirit guides, what do I need to know? Archangel Michael, please protect me and my home and my car and me on the plane. I'm going to be at 4 airports pretty soon. Okay, so I'm going to be asking for help from Archangel Michael and all the other archangels. But yeah, it's a weird energy. It's a weird energy. There's a lot of bad things going on in the world surrounding Gypsy. If you know Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and it's like, sorry, it bothers me. Like the bridge of my nose feels like, and I don't even want to speak on it because I'm just so aggravated, and I want God to protect the children out there. Children, and when I say children, I even mean teenagers. I mean, you know, up to early 20s. Like people, the young people of today are so influenced. They're so influenced by people who are not good. They just might be famous. They might be infamous. And the young generation don't have any discrepancies. Like they're like, oh, that's cool. You know, no, it's not cool. Okay, I won't. Spirit told me, don't even talk about it. You're not ready to talk about it. So I'm not going to talk about it. You can click on any channel and you'll see it. Oh, that feels good. That feels good. Okay. Yeah, so I probably just got a whole bunch of dust on myself from the Palo Santo mess. But basically, I really believe in my work and healing art, and I make it not only for myself, I make it so that other people could feel like your chakras are aligned. There are several chakras in the body, like starting, and they all represent a color and a food or a drink. And we have to, and they represent a metaphysical thing. I'm going to give you an example. One second. Okay. Well, that's a nice burn. I could really do this outside, but it's so hot out. Texas, it's hot. Okay. For example, see this blue? This would represent, I forget the name of the stone, but I make artwork that has this stone in it. It was available in the days of Jesus, Bethlehem. Anyhow, this represents throat chakra, right? Your throat chakra, Archangel Gabriel, also represents the throat chakra, all right? So, color-wise, it's blue, any kind of blue, light blue, dark blue. If you're very attracted to blue, then you might be having issues with your throat chakra, your thyroid, anything to do with ears, nose, and throat, right? Make sure that you're having a lot of blue foods like blueberries, blue drinks, just mainly blueberries. And blueberries have a lot of sugar in them, but they're very healing as well. Anyhow, B vitamins, I just heard that. But when your throat chakra is out of whack, you have trouble expressing yourself. The words just don't come. You open your mouth to say something and you're all like tongue-tied, okay? It means your throat chakra needs to be aligned. You need to have wear more blue colors, have more blue around you. Maybe even have a room painted blue in your house. Meditate on blue. Meditate on the throat chakra. If you put on Jason Stevenson, throat chakra, meditation music for throat chakra, you will hear it. It'll come up. Okay. Anyhow, if you're having a lot of sore throats, thyroid issues, I didn't even know I had a thyroid problem. I have Hashimoto's, but I didn't learn about that until I think 2012 and 2013. And then I remember prior to that, like when I had my kids, especially my son, from about 30 on, my skin would be like really, really dry. And then I'd try to moisturize it, and then I would get pimples. So it would be like combination skin. I just thought I had sensitive skin. And then I would always be cold. And then I would have this feeling of depression. And then I would be hot. Then I would be cold. Then I would be with blankets on the couch, and meanwhile, it was like July. So there was an internal thing going on wrong, but no doctor ever figured it out that it was my thyroid until like 2012, 2013. Then they figured out I had Hashimoto's, when in 1 month I gained 30 pounds. Wasn't eating any differently than I ever did. 30 pounds. It was like my whole metabolism turned off. So prior to that, when I did have some time to paint, I was always painting blue paintings. And I have it, example of one of them is in my bedroom. I was painting all versions of blue. Now I'm a purple girl. I always loved purple, right? So I couldn't understand why I was doing blue. Your body will call the colors that it needs to it. Your body will definitely call, Like, that's why I always ask people, I do videos of my art and I say, which color calls to you? Now, everybody thinks, oh, she just wants to sell her work, so I'm not going to say anything. You know, no, I'm asking you because that's the color that you need more of. That's the color that you should start wearing more of. Like, say you are attracted to something red on my walls. That means that you're not feeling safe enough. You might have back problems. You might have safety problems. You might be in between jobs. You might be looking for a new job, or you got fired, or you need to pay your bills and you don't have enough money. Okay, the color red is really important. It's the first red root chakra. So all of the body colors mean something. So we have up here in the crown chakra is could be white, could be sparkly. This, when I do something with sparkles, I'm dealing with the crown chakra. And I just put some ashes in my hair. Is it still there? Yeah, see this? That would be the crown chakra. That would be your spiritual awakening. That would be everything to do with the brain, everything to do with the thinking, and maybe even people with dementia, people that are having brain disorders. You know, they need to align their chakras. They need to get the stuff, the plaque that's on their brain off. Okay, and you could do it, but like you got to believe it first. You got to do color therapy. You got to do chakra therapy, Reiki, massage, meditation. So important. So when I think about the crown chakra and I'm trying to do something to heal it, I think of white and glitter. I think of gold and silver. Okay. Then when I'm thinking about the third eye, and you'll see me do this a lot. That helps. That helps your headache. This is selenite stick. Okay. The third eye, the color for that is, some people call it, say indigo, but other people say purple, just like purple or anything purple. But a lot of people up here say lavender, but I always say gold, silver, and white, sparkly white, effervescent, for the crown chakra, for the spiritual awakening. Okay, so then here we have the third eye that has everything to do with your psychic ability, everything to do with your pituitary gland, everything to do with your adrenal system, running your body. Okay, yeah, everybody has it. Just think of, everybody can develop their psychic abilities, or even if you just want to use it for yourself. Okay, so the color I would go for is purple or indigo right here. Then the throat, I already told you, is blue. Then the chest is two colors. It's green and pink. Green and pink is for the chest. The chest with bronchitis, lungs, breast, anything dealing with your breast cancer, breast lumps, or somebody out there has this. It's malignant, but you could turn it into benign. That's what I just heard. Okay. How do you do that? By positive thinking, do better with your health, do better with your food intake, do better with your exercising, do better with your rest. Okay. More massages, reflexology. They're just telling me now. They're telling me reflexology. Actually, I used to always go for massages when I lived in Staten Island, New York. And I was at this place that I always used to go to, and they would do my legs and feet. And I believe in reflexology. If you don't know about it, read it, look. If they're doing it right, if they know what I used to do back in the 90s. my feet and everybody else's feet. I know like the big toe rules the head, the little toes, the other toes rule the sinuses, ears. So anytime you get sick or a head cold, you should always get a pedicure with a massage. You'll get better. Anyhow, when I went for this massage, they were finishing up with like, I used to get like 30-minute massage. It was like really good prices. A 30-minute massage and then 30 minutes on my feet, reflexology. So every time she was doing something on the neck of my toe, like say this is the big toe, and she was pushing up, oh my gosh, I was like jumping out of my skin. And she goes, does that hurt? And I said, yeah, it feels like weird. It feels sensitive. So she tried it on the other toe, same thing, right? She goes, do you have a thyroid problem? And this is right before I got diagnosed, right? I was like, not that I know of. Nobody ever said it. Wouldn't a doctor say? She goes, you have to tell the doctor to check specifically your thyroid. And they're going to say no, because that's how they were. They used to say no. Oh, no, we don't have to check that yet. No, you check my thyroid. You check my thyroid levels, the T levels. And that's what she told me to do. I'd never heard of it before. And so sure enough, after that 30-pound weight gain in 1 month, 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, it happened. And it was crazy. It was like, am I having a baby? I don't have any organs inside there. I have organs, but I had my fallopian tubes cut when I was like 40 something. So anyhow, that's another story for another day. But anyway, I found out about my Hashimoto's then, and I went back to her to get another massage, and I told her she was right. And she was like, yeah, it was really in bad shape. And then she said, what did you do? I said, I went on the medicine that they give you, which I wasn't crazy about, because I'm on a very high dose. That's how bad mine is. I'm on like level 150. But back then it was just like 25 milligrams, and they go up to 50, then it would get worse and better, worse and better. So I think now it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, the medicine helps, but metaphysically, look into things metaphysically. What colors do I need to help my Hashimoto's? And of course I do affirmations for it. Yeah, sometimes I forget, but the colors that are for it are in the blue family, because the thyroid is right here. The thyroid is with the throat chakra. So yeah, I have to keep up on it. I have to, and I really believe that you can heal yourself, just like Louise Hay says. I have all her books. My name is Katrina. Okay, so I haven't really seen, I've been talking on and on. I haven't really seen what anybody said, or if anybody's saying anything. I'm not going to stay on longer, but I wanted to tell you guys that I have this new deal. Pick any 2 healing artwork, send me the money through PayPal or post office box, and you will get a free reading for 20 minutes of video. If you want it to be private, I can just do it and send it to you, but you're going to have to give me your questions in my email. And then you'll get your healing artwork. So let me know what you think about that. Does that sound good to you? Is this thing on? Okay, 14 people in the house. Could you give the old lady a thumbs up? Taurus Girl Reese is here. I was just telling them about what I was going to do, that you gave me that idea. Do I want to make a short together? How old are you, Gabriel? Yeah, to be on my channel, you have to be 18 and above. At least 18 and above. We don't have any children. It's an adult channel. I have 4 kids. I have 2 kids, biological kids, and I have 2 stepkids. And of course, they're grown. They're grown-ups. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Umer. Hi, Salim. Fana Fif. Okay, guys. I think that's it because I do want to do that other video, but I'm gonna make it a regular video because it's just easier for me. And love you guys very much. And again, if you're interested in buying healing art, any Chew healing art, then you get a free reading, a free 20-minute reading, video or talk text. Okay, it's up to you. Love you guys. Namaste. Be well.